you staying to see? I'm traveling.
Catch.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many people here for our SPARKS program tonight, SPARKS of the Southwest. We're trying something a little bit different. Tonight you will experience a liturgy that has been composed by musicians who have either lived here, been born here, currently work here, but they have a connection to the Southwest in some way. And you'll find that music with a very varied, different kind of styles. We are going to have Rabbi, and he will be using his guitar. We also have Lisa, who will be accompanying him from time to time, and we also have our choir. So you'll have all different kinds of musical genres, and I hope you will enjoy the selection of tefillot that we've put together tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. Jimmy, if you can please lower both the guitar mic and my wireless. It's a little too loud. Thank you. We are going to get started with our Sparks and Songs of the Southwest. I invite everyone to turn to page 101 in the Siddur. We're going to begin with Ma Tovu, and this is a special version of Ma Tovu for those who may have seen my weekly video earlier this week. This tune from Ma Tovu was written by a country musician, country singer out of Texas named Joe Buchanan, who joined the Jewish faith about 10, 15 years ago. And he uses the opening verse of Ma Tovu in Hebrew and then has a singable English version of it that goes back and forth. So we'll go through it a few times, and as you get used to it, please sing along. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. 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 How good, how good, how good, how good. Yeah, Lord, I love the house where you dwell. How good, how good, how good, how good. Yeah, Lord, I love the house where you dwell. How good, how good, how good, how good. Yeah, Lord, I love the house where you dwell. How good, how good, how good, how good. Yeah, Lord, I love the house where you dwell. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. 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 We will now turn back to page 11. For the beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lechun and Ron and I invite Misha and Amy to join us up here to introduce the next tune and to lead us and sing this wonderful tune for us. Oh, there's a reading first. Okay, let's do the reading first. Who has the reading?
To take the first step to sing a new song is to close one's eyes and dive into unknown waters. For a moment, knowing nothing, risking all, but then to discover the waters are friendly, the ground is firm, and the song rises again. Out of my mouth come words lifting the wind, and I hear for the first the song that has been in my heart, silent, unknown even to me.
Okay, and now we'll continue with L'chun Ranana on page 11.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about this song. This wonderful tune, it's actually not a tune, it's a chant, was done by Rabbi Shefa Gold. She lives up in Jemez Springs, and one of the things she does is she takes old or songs that you know in the liturgy, and she puts them to chants. I need to be closer. Oh, I do, okay. So she puts them into chants. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing the chant the first time, and then the next time, as all good chants should be done, we're going to ask you to join us. So let us show you what the chant sounds like first, and then we'll go from there. What's your note? Okay, now it's your turn. So, have you got the melody? You don't have to sing the words. All you have to do is hum along, and the joy will fill you. Lehu neranana 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 lehu neranana Donai lehu neranana 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 lehu neranana Donai lehu neranana 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 lehu neranana Donai lehu neranana 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 lehu neranana Donai. Let me hear it loud. Lehu neranana 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 lehu neranana Donai. Thank you.
Okay, Yasher Koach, and thank you so much, Misha and Amy. That was beautiful. We're going to continue now with Lecha Dodi. I invite everyone to turn to page 23. And we're going to do a setting of Lecha Dodi by Meir Finkelstein. Meir Finkelstein is an Israeli cantor who spent quite a bit of time in Southern California as well as Texas, and so therefore has a little bit of a southwestern connection. And this Lecha Dodi, I believe he wrote when he was in California, even though it sounds a little bit more Israeli, a little bit more Hasidic in certain ways. We can say it was Southwestern because it was written when he was in the Southwest. So we will start on page 23. We will do the first two stanzas of Lecha Dodi. Then we'll go to page 25 and do the final stanza of Lecha Dodi. And when we do that final stanza, we'll all rise if we're able to and face the entrance of the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Pages 23 and 25, Lecha Dodi. Lai dai dai dai, lai dai dai dai, dai 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 dai, lai dai 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 dai, lai dai dai dai, dai dai dai, lai dai dai dai, lai dai dai, dai 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 dai. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, L'shem ultiferet v'litchila. Lai dai dai dai, lai dai dai dai, lai dai dai dai, ya dai 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 dai, lai dai dai dai, dai dai dai. Lai dai dai dai, ya dai dai, lai dai 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 dai. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor haberacha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Ay lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, ay lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai lai lai. Lai 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 lai, ya lai lai, lai 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 lai. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise and face the entrance. Boi v'shalom, Ateret ba'ala, Gam besimcha, Gam besimcha, Uvetzola, Toch emunei, Am segula, Boi chala, Boi chala, Boi chala. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, ya lai lai, ya lai 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 lai. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. And now that we have officially welcomed Shabbat by singing Lecha Dodi, we will now have a recitation, another tune by Rabbi Shefa Gold that Misha will lead us in. The very end of Psalm 92, the psalm for Shabbat, Od Yenuvum B'Seva.
Thank you, Rabbi. So one of the things that Rabbi Shefa does is she does these chants, right? And one of the most marvelous things that I think that she does, I'm so excited about her, is the concept of breath. So the best breath that you can do, of course, is when you stand up and you let that esophagus elongate out there, and your whole body opens up with the breath. And we're really cool being Jewish because we sing songs. We don't sit there and we're very, very quiet or any of those things. When we go into meditation or into a chant, we open up, we stand up, and all of that breath brings us into that. Now, one of the other interesting things is you don't have to go to a retreat for it. You just have to come to services, because you're standing up and sitting down and standing up and sitting down, and you're getting all of that meditation all at once. So the chant that I'm about to do is, she calls it aging, and I thought the word said sagging, aging and sagging. And I said, well, that does kind of mean me, but I don't want to get upset about it. Then I looked at it again, and it actually was aging and saging. So, so let me do it once again. I'll sing the song, and then afterwards, if you get the words, great. If you don't, please hum along. Od Yehu nun v'seisha v'sheitnen rachamin ihun. Od Yehu nun v'seiva v'shenim v'rachanim yihu. Okay, are you ready? Od Yenuvun v'seisha d'shenim v'rachanim yihu. Od Yenuvun v'seiva d'shenim v'rachanim yihu. Od Yenuvun v'seiva d'shenim v'rachanim yihu. O Yehu nun v'seisha d'shenim v'rachanim yihu. Thank you.
Okay, Yasher Koach, Misha, thank you so much. Before we continue with the Mariv part of our service, I invite everyone to turn to page 178. And we're going to recite the prayer for the state of Israel. Now, the tune that we normally do for Avinu Shabbat Shamayim is written by the infamous cantor Saul Zim, who is not Southwestern. He is a Northeast, New York Jew. However, Mayor Finkelstein also wrote an Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, I believe, when he was also in California as well. So we will use that tune for the first verse or so of Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, and then we'll read together the prayer on the English side. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit tzmichat geulatenu, Hagen aleha, Be'evrat chastecha, Uferos aleha, Sukat shelomecha. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, stronghold and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel, that it may be the beginning of our redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel, and strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy, and let us say, Amen. We will now also continue with the Mishaberach prayer for those who are ill. If you have a name you would like to add this evening, please go ahead and rise in your place, and after we read the names on our list, then you'll be able to say the name out loud. We will use the Debbie Friedman Mishaberach as we always do, and I believe there was a point where she was in California as well, Southern California. So it's all starting to fit, right? It's all falling into place. So we will sing the Debbie Friedman Mishaberach. The words can be found on the top left corner of page 173 in the Siddur. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Tal ben Sarah, Shoshana bat Yochevet, Ilya Yisrael Richter ben Rachel, Yaakov Achana bat Rivka Simcha, Shena Rezel bat Sima, Freda bat Gittel, Moshe Alayla bat Yovel Sarah, Joanne Finston, Yehudit bat Yeta, Ernest Edinger, Yisrael ben Ita, Craig Cohen, Moshe ben Maralea, Judith Siegel, Yehudit bat Ruth, Esther Tenenbaum, Diane Chodorow, Rachel Langer, Jack Azuz, Andrea Kotke, Jennifer Brown-Lerner, Eva Curis, Ken Gasser, Harvey Kulchin, Jennifer Hayden, Julia Damerow, Betty Harvey, Doreen Klosky, Frances Gilston, Elva Pineda, Judy Pitkovsky, Nancy Levick, Killian Parker, Tanya Bobrick, Margaret Yonak, Marion Camerlingo, Gary Guto, John Habing, Myrna Kivitz Robinson, Kevin Robinson, Fred Helms, Melissa Lawrence, Wade Gilston, Dave Kukeas, Abe Galanter, and Don Satz.
Terry Buchanan, Steve Buchanan, Rob Buchanan, Patty Watts. Linda Hawkins. Michael Himmel. Carol Albert and Bob Hunter.
Sue Wallace.
And is there anyone online who would like to share a name? Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May they all find the healing that they so need and so deserve. And we will now continue with our Mariv service, the evening service. I invite everyone to turn back to page 39a, and to please rise if you are able to. We will continue with the Baruch at the top of the page. Come on. This takes a second because my hat gets in the way. I apologize. And yes, I could take the hat off, but then I would be bareheaded in the sanctuary, and I can't do that. So, page 39a at the top. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Lai 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 lai. You may be seated. We will now turn ahead to page 40, and we will continue with Ahavat Olam, this setting also written by Meir Finkelstein. And one thing to note about this setting is that the piano part, which was originally written as an organ part, but we're doing on the piano, was edited and arranged by Ariel Cohen, who is the music director and organist emeritus at Sinai Temple in Los Angeles, therefore Southern California as well. Page 40, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al kein Adonai, Eloheinu, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נעשיח בחוקיך, על כן, אדוני, אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נעשיח בחוקיך. ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, יומם ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו Yisrael. Before we continue with the Shema, we have a special reading by Vicky Camerlingo.
The World Song. Every shepherd knows different tunes, appropriate to where the sheep are pasturing and appropriate for the grass growing there. For every kind of grass has a distinctive song. The song the grass sings inspires the shepherd. With that, I might be able to hear the song and praise that the grasses sing, how each blade sings to the Creator without hesitation, without the interference of any foreign thoughts, and without any expectation of reward. How beautiful it is to hear their song. How wonderful is their service to God. If I could hear their songs, my heart would be filled, and I would sing the most beautiful song to my beloved, my God.
Thank you, Vicky. Yasher Koach. And we will continue now with Shema and Ve'ahavta, page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. And we'll continue privately with the second and third paragraphs of the Shema, page 42. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We will now turn ahead to page 44. And we are going to continue with Mi Chamocha. And we're going to do a tune that I think some of you have heard before, because I've done it a few times. The thing is that maybe a lot of us didn't realize that I actually wrote this tune. So if you recognize it, please sing along. If you don't recognize it, sing along anyway. Mi Chamocha, top of page 44. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha, nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha, nedar b'kodesh. נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נהדר בקודש, נהדר בקודש. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקר ים לפני משה, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם הבא. ונאמר, כי פדנו את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. We now have a reading that will be read for us by Marty Sherman.
Sing. When we sing the words of our prayer, we are actually expressing ourselves in two languages simultaneously. One of words with limits and definitions, and one decidedly limitless and with an immense power of its own. Alone, music can affect us emotionally, changing our happiness to introspection or sorrow to joy. It also affects us physically, actually raising or lowering our breath and heart rate. So it is only natural that music would be a necessary tool to communicate with God, who addresses and moves us in ways both articulable and indefinable, and who is limited in the imagination of our minds, but limitless as the object of the longing of our hearts.
Yasher Koach, Marty, thank you. We will now turn to page 45. We'll continue with Hashkivenu. This tune is one that we do on a regular basis. I think almost everybody knows it. It is by Craig Taubman. Craig Taubman was the guest musician in residence at Sinai Temple in Los Angeles, so also Southern California, and has written quite a lot of Jewish music over the past 30 plus years. This is his Hashkivenu, which is considered probably one of the most famous. Page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. 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 Ushmor seiteinu uvoeinu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. And now I'd like to invite the choir to come up onto the bima, and we will continue with a very special treat for Vishamru. We're going to be doing a tune for Vishamru that is composed locally here in New Mexico by our very own Diane Chodorow. Please rise. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, et HaShabbat. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, et HaShabbat. La'asot et HaShabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. And we'll continue with Chatzi Kaddish, bottom of the page. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman ka'ariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'le'almei almaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amiran be'alma ve'imeru. Amen. We'll continue now with the private silent Amidah for Erev Shabbat, starting on page 47 and concluding on page 52. 23 years ago, a Reformed cantor in Phoenix, Arizona, at Temple Beth Israel, composed a version of the prayer Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, may it be the will of Adonai our God, in honor of his son's bar mitzvah that took place on the morning of February 27th. So we are just days away from the 23rd anniversary of the composition of this piece. Cantor Stephen Richards, Ritzei. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam Be'ahava Tekabel Tehil ratzon Tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El Karov Lechol Koreav Beor Elav Decha Vechanenu Shefach Ruchacha Aleinu V'techezena eineinu B'shuvecha leTzion Berachamim Baruch atah Adonai HaMachazir Shechinato Before we continue with our next piece, we will have another reading read by, I'm not biased, my wife.
Sing to Adonai a new song. The Hasidic master Elimelech of Lishensk taught, during the 6 days of the week, we reach toward the divine through the work we do in the world. But on Shabbat, we reach toward God through prayer and song.
She's all right. Okay, I'd like to ask choir to please come back and join us. I think a lot of us in this community know the setting of Sim Shalom, again written by our very own Diane Chodorow. So, Diane, to honor you, but also because it's local here to New Mexico, we are going to do your Sim Shalom this evening. shalom, sim shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Sim shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha barveinu avinu kulanu ke'echad be'or panecha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Sim shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Ki ve'or panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Torat chaim ve'ahavat chesed u'tzedakah uveracha verachamim ve'chaim ve'shalom. Sim shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Sim shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol eit uvechol sha'a bishlomecha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha Thank you. Yasher koach, everybody. We will now turn to page 55 and continue with the Shabbat evening Kiddush. I know that we did Kiddush at the beginning of the dinner, but just in case there's anyone here who couldn't make it, anyone watching at home who needs to hear Kiddush, we will continue with that on page 55. Miriam, can you go grab the Kiddush cup for me and stand right here with me, please? Thank you. And ask everyone else to please rise if you are able. Page 55. Hold it up high. Savrim Adonan v'Rabbanan v'Rabotai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kohodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, ve'shabbat kodeshecha, באהבה וברצון, הנחל אותנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Take a sip. Miriam, you know what that was? What is that? Which one? Which one? Wine. Manischewitz. Did you like it? No. Okay, good, good. We will continue with Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס עולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד, על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. We will now take a moment to remember those who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember the yurtzites of Alvin Landis, Beatrice Avner, Edith Finston, Irving Shimano, Janet Diane Kahn, Joseph Albert, Joseph Greve, Joseph Slapper, Martin Morrison, Mary Lane Sisler, Matilda Meisel, Miriam Kozelka, Morris Salzberg, Regina Heyman, Saul Nurin, Sylvia Lebovich, Walter Levy, and Erwin Schwartz. Is there anyone else we are remembering this evening? If you are, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart, and may their memory be for goodness and for a blessing. And we'll continue with Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah be'alma divarach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Israel ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemed kudesha barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. You may be seated. In a few moments, we are going to conclude with Adon Olam, but I think we have some announcements. Yeah. No. Try again? No. Come down to this one.
I will come down.
Yeah, that one's on.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, just a few announcements. Okay, let's see. Okay, the season for ordering Mishloach Manot for Purim has opened, and the last date for ordering Mishloach Manot is March 5th. That's a fundraiser for the synagogue, also a Jewish custom to send packages of goodies to your friends and relatives in celebration of Purim. And you can order your Mishloach Manot, give the synagogue office a call. You have one more month. We have junior congregation tomorrow. And Sunday, February 9th, that's this Sunday, is the Men's Club Worldwide Wrap. That's an event that takes place all over the country and all over the world, mostly in conservative synagogues, where people get together to try putting on tefillin together. And that starts at 9:30 in the morning, Sunday, and there is a free brunch as well. And we like to get a head count, so give the synagogue office a call. Well, it's a little late now because it's already Shabbos, but come anyways. Okay, February 16th, that's a Sunday, week from this Sunday, we're having a special congregational meeting. We have our annual meeting in April. When we have some special business, we have a special congregational meeting. This time, it's to amend our synagogue bylaws to permit remote voting at our annual meeting. Right now, you have to be physically present in order to vote at the annual meeting, but not everyone can make it in person. There's been a proposal to amend our bylaws to permit people who are attending by Zoom to also vote by Zoom. And we'll be discussing that and voting on it February 16th. It's the only item of business for that meeting. And yes, thank you, 10 o'clock. Okay. The same day is the Men's Club Tu B'Shvat Beautification Day. Get together to help clean up, straighten up, prune, and beautify our grounds. And that is from 12 noon until 3 p.m., and refreshments will be provided. And again, a head count is needed, so give the synagogue office a call if you want to come. The following Sunday, February 23rd, well, that Saturday, February 22nd, is Repro Shabbat. The National Council of Jewish Women has designated February 22nd this year as Repro Shabbat, a day to recognize Jewish values related to pregnancy, contraception, and abortion. And in recognition of Repro Shabbat, this year at our synagogue, Marissa Wald is going to be leading a text study based on these issues. And all are welcome. That's going to be February 23rd. And that's going to be, I think, 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Also on February 23rd, we're having a very special cultural program, an afternoon of Yiddish songs that's featuring a New Mexico performer, Jordan Wax, who is quite an expert on Yiddish and Yiddish music. And he will be performing here beginning at 12 noon. It's a free event, thanks to a grant from the National Yiddish Book Center. But again, a head count would be nice, so please give the synagogue office a call if you'd like to come. But it is free. That is Sunday, February 23rd, 12 p.m. February 26th at midnight is the deadline for ordering Passover food from the Men's Club Kosher Co-op, February 26th. February 28th, the last Friday night in February, is our birthday and anniversary Shabbat. During services, anyone who is celebrating a special occasion in the month of February will be called to the bima to receive a special blessing and a small gift, and we'll have a special, very nice Oneg Shabbat with a cake. And finally, March 2nd is our big event. This year, it's our theme is Songs of Love and Hope, featuring Lauren Molina, a very prominent performer with Broadway credentials, and she and Rabbi Angris will be entertaining us with beautiful songs of many kinds. The evening begins with wine and appetizers at 5 p.m., and there will also be a dessert reception after the concert. So please come if you can. It is our major fundraiser of the year. This one is going to be terrific. That is Sunday, March 2nd. And is there anything that I've overlooked?
It would be nice if people have nice items they want to donate for the silent auction.
Yes. Thank you, Vicki. There's a silent auction, as there is every year with our big event, and we're looking for good quality art objects, anything that would be suitable for a silent auction. Give the synagogue office a call if there's anything that you can donate. We are still very much open to contributions. And again, I'd like to thank Jerry Fredman for his generosity in helping to sponsor tonight's dinner. And if that is it, then I wish everyone again Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.
Okay, shkoach. Okay, I would also like to extend a few thank yous. First, I'd like to thank Ellen Finston for agreeing to make Shabbat Shira also a SPARKS event, and for all the effort and everything you put into it. Misha, I want to thank you as well for everything that you coordinated for the dinner for this evening and for your participation both in the choir and as a soloist and duet partner with Amy. Amy, a shkoach to you as well. I want to thank the entire Bnai choir for participating and, of course, continuing Diane's legacy, musical legacy as a New Mexico Jewish composer. I also want to thank and / introduce our accompanist for this evening, Lisa, who played piano for us for a few select pieces, and Lisa is also going to be our accompanist for the big event performance as well in a few weeks. So thank you. We're happy to have you. With that, I think we're now going to conclude the service with Adon Olam. Now, some of you might notice that I'm wearing an extra garment right now, and you might be wondering what this is. You might have noticed earlier in the service that my guitar strap broke, which is why I didn't use it for certain songs. This is a different type of guitar strap that I should have started with because it is a mariachi-style guitar strap. Therefore, in my mind, it's a little Southwestern, and my wife will yell at me about that later, saying that I'm wrong. So this is also a tie-in to country music and Southwestern music, that this is the same style of guitar strap that Willie Nelson uses, by the way. So with that, we will conclude with Adon Olam, using a tune that we've also been using for a few months, and that is a product of our congregation because I wrote it about 3 months ago. So please turn to page 211, and we will conclude with Adon Olam. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yisir nivta לעת מסע וחפצו כל עשי מלך שמו נגרם אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת מסע וחפצו כל עשי מלך שמו נגרם ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת מסע וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא והוא אחד ואין שני והמשאיר לו להכבירה ולי ראשית ולי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרד ואדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת מסע וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא והוא אלי וחי גואלי צור חברי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, ונתנו לי ביום מקרב. אדון עולם אשר מעלה, בטרם כל יציר נברא, ועת עשה וחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. בידו אפיד רוחי, בעת אישן ועירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדון אלי ולא יירא. אדון עולם אשר מעלה, בטרם כל יציר נברא, ועת עשה וחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. אדון עולם אשר מעלה, בטרם כל יציר נברא, ועת נשא וחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Please join us down back in the social hall for our oneg and our oneg dessert. Good Shabbos, y'all. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, 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 Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Chai.